Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with a look at our weather a week and a half ahead and plenty of heat to tell you about, although a little bit of a break from the extreme humidity and heat combination today. You can see heat index values a lot lower than what they were yesterday at this time. We were above 110 over much of the area yesterday. Now heat index for the most part in the upper 90s to near 100. Might hit 105 in a few spots, but again, definitely not as bad as it's been here over the course of the last week or so. You can see dry across the Arklatex. We are watching a few thunderstorms off to our north. Let's switch over to the radar out of Fort Smith, and you can see some weakening thunderstorms here over eastern Oklahoma. Probably will continue to weaken. If anything, maybe a little bit of rain in McCurtain County, northern part of the area, but most of us will stay dry here moving forward. So rain not going to be a concern. Thunderstorms not going to be concerned, as right now we're watching upper level high pressure, which is still centered over the northern sections of Mexico. Over the next few days, we'll have to watch thunderstorms that develop up here in the plains, then move towards the south and east in this northwesterly flow. It does appear as if we may have a chance of seeing some rain Thursday night into Friday. Here's a look at Robin started a futurecast, and you can see the dry conditions for tonight. Notice one of those complexes moving through Oklahoma, dying before it gets here. Again, a little bit of rain possible maybe late tonight over the south and southwestern sections of the area. Tomorrow, kind of a cloud-sun mix, as we will see temperatures that will be pretty close to normal for this time of year. Tomorrow night, another one of those thunderstorm complexes will die as it kind of grazes the southwestern sections of the area. And then Friday, again, much the same. If we see anything as far as rain, we do still have that frontal boundary, which is towards south. That could serve as the focus for maybe a thunderstorm possibility Friday afternoon over mainly the southern half of the area. And again, if those storms do develop, they should very quickly fall apart Friday evening. Rainfall potential in the next couple of days. You can see, again, if anything, southern part of the Arklatex worth watching. A few isolated spots could pick up upwards of an inch, but the vast majority of the Arklatex should stay pretty much dry the way things check out right now. In the tropics, we do have two disturbances that we're watching. Of course, we have Tropical Storm Brett. We have another disturbance, which likely will become a depression here fairly shortly. As far as where these systems will be going, fortunately, Brett will approach hurricane strength, but not quite make it as it continues to move into the Caribbean. And that westerly course will continue. The second disturbance will take a path that will eventually turn more towards the north and west. So the way it looks right now, neither one of these systems will play a role in the weather here in the Arklatex. What will be a large upper level ridge that's now in Mexico that will eventually settle over us by the middle part of next week. So in the meantime, tonight partly cloudy and warm. We'll see lows that'll settle into the low to middle 70s. 75 tonight in Shreveport, 72 in Texarkana, 73 degrees in Marshall. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. Again, not quite as hot as we've seen in spots today, as still not too bad on the humidity, as we'll see highs in the lower 90s with a few middle 90s over the southern and southeastern sections of the Arklatex. And your 10-day forecast shows that rainfall rather limited here for the next week and a half as that upper level ridge builds over us. We will crank the heat back up, upper 90s, close to 100 as we go through the end of the weekend and pretty much all of next week. Overnight lows will eventually return to the upper 70s. We actually may have a few spots that fail to fall into the 70s during the nighttime hours next week as that ridge becomes firmly entrenched over our area. So it looks like a hot and relatively dry weather pattern shaping up for the Arklatex as we go through the next 10 days, with some of the hottest temperatures of the summer so far moving in just in time for the end of the weekend.